Hello guys, welcome to this episode of Your Mouth. Today, what we're going to be making is Bánh, which is crispy Vietnamese crepe. I'm going to show you all the ingredients that you need, in addition how to make the perfect batter and the dipping sauce that goes along with it, okay? Before we start on the batter, I'm going to talk about all the ingredients that you need. You're going to need basically bean sprout, julienne red pepper, red onion, chopped green onion. The serving comes along with lettuce, cilantro, pickle, daikon, carrots, and cucumber. And for the meat today, for the protein, what we're going to use is traditional protein, which is shrimp and pork. Okay, so let's get started with the batter. So what you're going to need to pick up at the Asian market is 1 bag of Bánh flour, which is basically rice flour with a portion of turmeric for flavor and color. Okay, so what we need to do now is basically take the flour and put it into a container or a bucket where you can stir it so it can mix well. This is a 12-ounce bag, which is going to serve 4. Okay. Then you're going to take the turmeric part and also add that to it. There are instructions behind the packet so that you can follow to make a really good batter, but I'm going to show you additional steps to make it even more perfect, okay? So I added the rice flour and the turmeric. The next thing you want to do is purchase a can of coconut milk, not coconut juice, it's coconut milk, okay? Shake the can up real well. You're going to add the whole container of coconut milk, combine it with the batter. In addition to that, just a slight small pinch of salt. This is where this batter is going to be perfect. It is October. What I grabbed is a Samuel Adams Oktoberfest beer. You could just put water in here, but what the beer actually does, the carbonated water does, is open up the flour more. So it's kind of becoming sort of like a tempura batter. So you're going to need 3 cups of liquid. What I'm going to do here is add 1 cup of beer, and each 12 ounce is going to give you basically 2 cups, okay? Then the 3rd cup is going to be just regular drinking water, okay? Good drinking water. Alright, so this is your batter. You can see the carbonated beer is actually making the rice flour foaming up. It's aerating it in there. So now what you want to do is really stir it real well. You want to do this part first because the batter actually needs to sit there for about 15 to 20 minutes so it can do its magic. Mix it up real well, okay? I can smell that beer in there. Growing up, I remember this is my dad's favorite dish. He's really famous for this, and everyone didn't know what his recipe was. And basically, the secret that he did was he added the beer instead of just regular water. Okay. In addition to that, he also added the coconut juice. So when it comes to the dry ingredient, is 12 ounces of rice flour, about 1 tablespoon of turmeric, and then the liquid is basically 4 volumes of liquid, 1 can of coconut milk, 2 cups of beer, and 1 cup of just regular drinking water. Okay, so the batter is just going to sit here. What we also are going to add is actually 1 cup of chopped green onion. Okay, so use your knife skill, chop your green onion as fine as you can. Just 1 cup, add it in there. let it sit for about 15 minutes. Rice flour, if you let it sit there in a little bit, it's actually going to clump up at the bottom. Before we're going to use it, we're actually going to stir it up real well again. But you want that carbonated water to activate the rice flour, okay? So we're going to let that sit, okay? The next thing we're going to do is actually make the dipping sauce. Again, you've seen me do this before, which is the sweet fish sauce that we use for a lot of dishes that we dip with. I'm going to show you again today. This one's a little bit different because it's slightly sweeter, okay? In a bowl, what you want is half a cup of fish sauce, premium fish sauce for this time. What I use is the 3 crab fish sauce. That's half a cup of fish sauce. Then with the fish sauce, we're going to dilute it with some regular drinking water. I'm going to add 1.5 cup of water. Okay. And then we're going to add a cup of sugar. It's going to become a sweet fish sauce, okay? This is classic Vietnamese dipping sauce. So, what you want to do now is stir it to let the sugar dissolve. You could have put this over a boiler. The only problem is that when you do that, it's actually cooking the fish sauce. It does change the flavor of the sauce. What you can do is just get some room temperature water, dissolve the sugar real well, okay, and then add that to the fish sauce. In this case, that's exactly what we're doing. In addition to that, I'm going to grab some lime, cut it in half with just 1 whole lime. Because lime, the consistency of the citrus is not always the same. You want to taste it first. This lime isn't giving me a lot of juice, so I'm thinking right now I probably need 2 lime, okay? Stir it. And give it a flavor, give it a taste, okay? It does need another lime. Okay, so just half your lime. So that's half a cup of fish sauce, 1.5 cup of water, 1 full cup of sugar, granulated white sugar, 2 limes. Okay. All right. Now, this part is optional. There is a sambal chili paste that you can add into this. You can put it in definitely right now if your entire family do like spicy food, but you know, it's also great just to leave it on the side. Those who want to have that, they can definitely put it in their sauce later on, okay? So we're also going to set our fish sauce to the side. Great. So basically we got the batter, we got the fish sauce ready, and now all we have to do is assemble our crepe. Give the batter 15 to 20 minutes and you can start putting the crispy crepe together, okay? I'll be right back. 15 minutes has passed. The batter has been sitting here. What I'm going to do quickly is basically just stir it again. When you do this at home and you're stirring it, you realize at the bottom that the flour has sat. So you really want to stir it up real well, okay? And then we're going to leave it sit here. So I have a non-stick pan it's really important that you use your best non-stick pan, okay? In order for it to be crispy, you don't want it to stick to the bottom. It is rice flour, so it's easily stuck to non-stick pan, okay? To recap, what I have here is a pound of shrimp, peeled and deveined, okay? You can purchase this peeled and deveined already, or you can buy it with the shell, bring it home, peel it, and devein it. Then this is about 2 pounds of pork shoulder, which is thinly sliced, okay? I did all of this in advance because this dish actually takes a long time, especially when you're doing it one at a time. When you're trying to feed 4, the best way to eat this dish is when you're making it as you're eating it, okay? In the restaurant, we have a lot more equipment. We have more non-stick pan, and you know, you could fly this out the kitchen like every 10 minutes, okay? The protein, you can use ground pork if you like, okay? Or ground chicken or chicken meat, but we're going with classic. In the restaurant also, what we do is actually pre-fry the pork first, okay? That way it's a lot faster. But at home, you don't have to do that, okay? You have all the time. It is an entertaining dish. It's a classic. Everyone loves this dish, and it just takes a lot of time. So prep everything in advance. Chop your onion, your red onion, slice it thinly, julienne, okay? Wash your bean sprouts, and basically we're ready to assemble, okay? I preheated the oil because you need additional oil as you're cooking this. I preheated the oil to 375. What you're gonna do is take 1 tablespoon, put it in the skillet. The skillet is only at medium high, okay? Medium to medium high, depending on your burner or your stove, okay? You don't want to burn this, okay? What we're gonna do now is add some red onion, okay? Couple of shrimp, some pork. Be very careful with this dish. When you're cooking this, the oil is it's splattering everywhere, okay? So what you want to do is cook this quickly. The thinner you slice your pork, the better it is, okay? Because the faster it will cook. Now you're doing this at home, so we could do what we do at the restaurant also, and basically cook the pork in advance. Okay. It does become very smoky because we are cooking at high oil, 375. So you might want to turn the vent. You see all the vapor smoke the oil. Okay. So you don't want to overfill the pan, okay? Just enough. I put 3 pieces of shrimp in there and about 5 slices of pork to 6 slices of pork and some red onion. Okay, so that took only about 15 minutes with the preheated oil. Okay, 15 seconds, I'm sorry. And now what we're gonna do, make sure your pork is cooked medium through, medium. And now what you want to do is take a ladle. My ladle right here is about half a cup. And you want to pour it into the pan and swirl it around. It's kind of like when you're cooking eggs, okay? You want the batter to be as thin as possible, okay? You want it to spread it all around. And this is how it would look, okay? So what we're going to do is allow that to cook through. You do need a lid. Put your lid on. Give it about 30 seconds, and we're going to open it up and add the bean sprout and let it cook through some more. So if you're doing this at home and you're cooking it one at a time, it should take you about, if you did all the prepping, it takes you about 5 minutes each, okay? Total cooking time. So have all your ingredients prepped, makes it a lot more efficient. That way you could really sit around and entertain your guests while, if you do have some guests or your family over, okay, they will be really impressed if you could do this dish at home, okay. This is a very difficult dish to do, but if you follow the instruction and get the proper ingredients, it's actually very easy, okay. So that's about 30 seconds. The heat, again, remember, is on medium, okay. You don't want it too high because it's going to burn the batter at the bottom. What you want to do now is take some bean sprout, just lay it over the half of the side. You don't want to put too much, okay, just on one side. What we're going to do now is actually let the bean sprout cook, and we're going to fold it, okay. So it's a Vietnamese crispy crepe, okay. Some places call this the Halfmoon Crepe. It's really fancy name, but it's Vietnamese crepe. This is a influence from the French crepe. Now the difference is that this is crispy, where the French crepe is actually a little bit more flexible. Okay, so we're gonna wait about 30 seconds. Okay, so I could smell the beer in the batter. Okay, that's where a lot of the flavors are. Okay, that's the secret to this batter. If you follow the instruction on the packet, it's going to tell you just to use water. Okay, if you don't like beer, or somebody is an AA alcohol anonymous person that are trying to cut away from alcohol, what you want to do is use carbonated water. Okay, I find that carbonated water works really well too. But the beer just adds another dimension to the taste. Okay, so the bean sprout is actually now wilted down a little bit. The crepe itself, use a spatula. It should be moving. It shouldn't stick to the pan because this is a non-stick pan. Okay, this is a real good non-stick pan. Now what you want to do is fold it over, and you have your crepe. Okay. For the show purpose, I'm going to turn off the fire and move the skillet over. Be very careful. Okay. Have to be very careful here. It's pretty hot. And I'm going to show you how to serve it. Okay. You see that I'm touching it and it's pretty crispy. You can hear it like it's about to break. It's pretty firm. What I serve here with the crepe is the basic essential Vietnamese garnish. Lettuce, cilantro, pickled daikon, pickled carrots, and cucumber. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is grab the sweet fish dipping sauce in a bowl. Stir it around, make sure all the sugars dissolve. Just grab a couple of tablespoons. I like spicy food, so I'm going to put some hot sauce in. That was about a 1.5 teaspoons. Stir it around. And this is how you would serve with the fish sauce on the side. I'm going to show you how to eat this now, okay? What I'm going to do is also grab some lettuce. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to grab a clean pair of chopsticks. I'm going to take the crepe. We're going to do basically a lettuce wrap. Some bean sprout, shrimp and pork, some daikon, pickled carrots, a piece of cucumber, one sprig of cilantro. Okay, we're making a basically lettuce wrap. Wrap it up. Dip it into the sauce. That's really good crepe. Guys, try this recipe out. Use beer or carbonated water to make the batter even better, okay? Protein of your choosing, protein to your liking. So try this recipe out and visit us again for our next recipe. We'll see you soon.